always love that song. It's a format where you can see, I can see the person making the actual pitch of singing. Of course, my voice would be a little bit different, but it's a different world. But today we're on the Russ Meek Speak Show in 2025, talking about what's happening here in the Chicagoland area,
Yes.
what makes things happen, how we can make it change, and how we can make things better. And today I'm here with a second-time person, Cathy, and we're talking about what she does in the Chicagoland community. And we're trying to verify exactly what people need to know about what she does and how we can make it better for what's happening in Chicago and the South Side. Cathy, so tell me about what you're doing.
Well, first of all, I am like super, super fantastic, not just okay. You know, a lot of times when you ask a person how they're doing, they'll say, oh, I'm okay. And usually I'll ask them, you know, can you think? Can you breathe? Can you walk? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have people that love you? And usually those answers are usually yes. So then I'll ask again, so how are you? You are super, super fantastic, not just okay. So it does make a difference, and your words have power.
I could see that. Someone gives me that question. I say, okay, so, what's she talking about here? Is she with the IRS?
No, no. It's just there's power. Words are powerful.
Got it.
Especially with children. I deal with a lot of kids when I'm not in front of you.
Okay.
So
Cathy, with kids, it's a real question. You're dealing with kids in a few areas. You are meeting with them, you're taking time, having a chance to give them some comfort, educate them, do different things.
First, let me tell you about my background. I went through a seminary at my place of worship and went through that and got licensed there as a licensed minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And after that, I went into two different ministries there. One of them is the homegoing ministry or the funeral ministry. You have to be called to that ministry. Like some people are school teachers, brain surgeons, doctors, lawyers. I was called to that ministry. Our congregation has over 10,000 members. So consequently, we have a lot of people that transition. So that's one of the ministries that I serve at. It's not a paid salary as far as monetary is concerned.
Okay.
So it's a volunteer basis. So on average, I volunteer to speak at a minimum of 300 funerals a year. And there are 365 days in a year. So that's one of the ministries that I'm involved in. That's my background. Along with that ministry, my mother, my mom from Alabama, country woman. Alabama country woman, everything she said sounded just like this, and she talked just like this, and her motto was, Jesus said, and trust in the Lord with all your heart. She transitioned, and when my mother transitioned, I was suicidal. I did not want to live. My mother was the wind beneath my wings. I went through a deep depression and grieving, severe grieving and mourning over my mother's death. I had no knowledge of grief counseling or what it was to even go through the grieving process. Well, where I worship at, again, we have over 10,000 members. The main sanctuary seats over 3,000. Well, there was an usher there, a lady, and she's been on the usher board a long time, and she said that the good spirit, which, down south we say the good spirit, pointed me out to her and told her, go get her. Because every year I was waking up, in my mind I was still a child because my mom, I was just like a lot of people with their mothers, I was very close to my mother. So she said that the good spirit told her to go get me. And at that time, our pastor paid for me to go to school to become a grief or bereavement specialist.
Okay.
And at the time, I didn't know that those two ministries would contribute to what I'm doing now in the Inglewood community. That's why I wanted to explain to you how I got to where I'm at with the children. What catapulted me to be with the children at this time. But that background is very significant. It's very important to you to know why. There's a reason. It's like when people go to kindergarten. You go to kindergarten, then you go to first grade, you go to second grade, and you keep on going. You keep on going, you keep on growing and learning. But that background, I didn't know at the time that it was going to be beneficial for the service I do with the kids in the Inglewood community.
Now again, kids are your main focus right now.
Right now, the ages are from ages 5 to 12. Okay. There's an elementary school directly across the street from my house. So there are no neighbors across the street. And the block that I'm on, it's only, I believe it's 7 or 8 houses on the entire block.
Okay.
And I am the block club president for that block. And I have met one-on-one with each individual neighbor. Most of my neighbors are elderly. It's only 7 or 8 of us. And I got together with them because of the children, and I asked, how can we make this block better for the community? And they said, well, we need more police. I was like, well, we got the police. You just have to call them. They will come. That stigma that police won't come, that's not true. My brother retired from the police department. The police officers are great servants of the people. They will come.
They do come and do some work. I mean, I sit on the board for the police department.
So they will come.
Sometimes.
I have never had them not come.
Ooh,
never.
Depending on what neighborhood.
I disagree.
They come to Inglewood, they may be a little slow.
They come to Inglewood and they are not slow.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know them personally.
So what's your day like?
What's my day like?
Yeah.
My day starts at 3 a.m. I do not have to wake myself up at 3 a.m. I do not have to set an alarm clock at 3 a.m. It's as if it's some internal alarm clock in me, and I believe it's from the good Lord that wakes me up at 3 a.m. I get up, I'm very grateful.
No coffee?
Oh, definitely no coffee. I am not a coffee drinker. I do drink matcha green tea religiously when I'm doing my studying after I, get up. But that's when I'm doing my studying, I'll sip on some matcha green tea. It looks like green dirt, but it's really, I was told that Buddhist monks drink this. It looks like green dirt, and I don't put sugar or honey in it. I just sip it hot when I'm doing my studying, and it does give you a rush. I mean, you feel that rush of that tea going straight to your brain, I was told. It's pretty cool. Okay. But my day starts at 3 a.m. I'm
at 5.
Oh, you're at 5? Well, 5 would be awesome, but for me, it's 3 a.m. And I do have a schedule.
Okay.
I recommend for the audience, get a schedule. If you don't have a schedule, get a schedule.
Why?
You'll function better. Psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, social workers will tell you that having a schedule is very important. Even sleeping. Most people now, they don't even sleep. If you ask a person, how many hours at night do you sleep? Most people don't even sleep regularly. They're distracted.
Yeah, that's like me.
Well, it's called weapons of mass. I call it weapons of mass distraction.
Okay.
Weapons of mass distraction. If you're going to sleep looking at your cell phone, that's a blue light. If you're going to sleep looking at your tablet or your computer, that's a blue light. You can Google it. It causes disruptions. You can't sleep right. Okay, I know. This is the age we live in.
Yeah,
people have computers. People have phones.
Yeah. Now, question: did the dogs help you also with your timing?
Well, I am a dog lover, and a cat lover, and an animal lover. Okay, because my mom was from Alabama, country people. When we lived down in Alabama, we always had dogs in the country and cats.
Okay.
But me, coming up north here to Chicago, I have dogs. Right now I have 2 rescue dogs. One, the kids love him. His name is Angel. I wish I could have brought him on the show with us. He's all white, and he has the most beautiful blue eyes. They're angelic. And the children love him, and he loves them, and the neighborhood loves him, and the teachers who know him, they love him. And then I have a new member of our family, another rescue dog. One of the kids brought to my porch, and the dog was, I'm glad you asked me about the dogs. This particular dog came to my porch because I cook for the kids outside. I have about 25 kids on my front porch at any given day in the summertime. And for this particular day, it was a Saturday, and I was frying chicken on the front porch. Frying chicken and cooking ramen noodles with Louisiana hot sauce, and we had chocolate cake, and Oh, we were just having a party on the front porch.
Fried chicken and KFC
Fried
was probably
chicken. No,
saying, hey.
no. I'm from Alabama. We were cooking it the right way, and the kids like to add the seasoning. They enjoy helping, so I make it a group effort. The kids that I do mentor to, it's outside. I don't allow the children actually to come into my homes, even though their parents know about me and they've given me permission to cook for the kids and talk to the kids and pray for the kids. I actually talked to the parents and they said it was okay to pray with the children. And we also have Bible classes on my front porch on Sundays. We have Bible class after my worship service, and the kids meet me on my front porch. And we have a really great man here in Chicago that owns a very, very large funeral home. I didn't get his permission, so I can't say his name, but he donated new Bibles for me to give to the kids. If we have another show and he gives me his permission, then I can tell you who he is, but he's an angel, and I've been knowing him many years.
So the kids all got a Bible?
All the children have their own brand new Bibles that he donated. I mean, I had old kids' Bibles, but when I told him that what I was doing, having Bible classes on my front porch on Sundays, he donated new Bibles.
Got it. Now, the kids read these Bibles?
Well, what I do, I have Bible classes with them on Sundays. So each child has their own Bible, and each child, just like in a classroom, we have a beautiful table that my good friend Lucille donated from her church with table and chairs. And the kids line up on my porch with their chairs, the table's behind us, and we have Bible class. And I discuss and answer questions, and it's really awesome.
Now, getting to the Bible here, it's a pretty thick book. I can see kids now saying, gosh, what's in this big, thick book everybody seems to have? Well, the question is, what do the kids ask about this Bible?
Well, the kids, first of all, it's up to the individual, the teacher, to direct the children. So I tell the kids that the book is basically basic instructions before leaving Earth. The Bible. B-I-B-L-E, basic instructions before leaving Earth. So the questions to all your questions, the answers to all your questions are right here in the Bible. And I usually back it up with something in the Bible. But these kids, remember, these are 5-year-olds to 12-year-olds. So they don't ask profound questions like an adult. They'll ask me questions like, this is a really, I'm glad you said this, because I'm in Inglewood, right? A lot of the kids that I'm actually mentoring, a lot of them, they have experienced death right up front. Either their brother got killed, their sister got killed, or someone they knew for years got shot. And these children have never had any type of knowledge of what it is to grieve or to mourn. A lot of them are very numb. So the experience of me going through training and going through how it feels to be severely depressed has been very beneficial with these children. I notice that they'll ask me when we're having Bible class. I've had a couple of kids ask me, they call me Godmama. I didn't tell them that. They just start calling me Godmama, which it's awesome that they call me Godmama. And they'll just say, Godmama, you know, my brother got shot yesterday. And it's the way they say it, as if it's like they're talking about a piece of paper on the street. And then I'll ask them, well, how do you feel about that? Well, Godmama, where did he go? These are questions that they ask me. And then I'll just talk to them and just love them. Kids, they need help. The kids today, they don't know that grief is real. They don't understand. A lot of the kids are acting out. I know that now with my training. A lot of these kids that are shooting and doing things and going off on people and being full of anxiety, when I was coming up, when you were coming up, we didn't have to go to funerals of our classmates. We didn't. It wasn't common, but it's common now. The shootings and not the social media, the TikTok. That's not good. The kids are constantly stimulated with external, TikTok, Facebook, I call it fake book, Instagram, Twitter, and they're not really dealing with their emotions. And so what they do is they just act out. But when they come to my house, Godmama's house, I believe it's a refuge because they come over every day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
So this is a format where they're coming over every day.
Yes.
And what is it that they're doing at your house?
Okay, now remember, everything is done outside. My house is set up like my grandmother's house in Alabama. My porch is approximately maybe 50, 100 feet long. It's huge. My front porch is huge.
Okay.
And I have a table and chairs up there. And so in the morning, the kids have to be at school at 9 o'clock. Usually they start coming down the street at about 8:15, 8:20 a.m. So what I have done in the summertime, I have this large table that I sit outside, and I just sit it up. I set it up for hot chocolate, instant hot chocolate. I'll have chips, little cookies, little lunches for them to take to school. Because a lot of kids, they're not getting fed at home. So I noticed that too from the kids, that they were excited to come in the morning, not just for the hot chocolate, but to get something
to eat.
To get something to eat, because they're not getting breakfast. So, and then the parents know about it, and they've given me permission to do that. So that starts about 8:15, 8:20, but I usually have to prepare for that. So I have to, prepare the lunches and everything. It's just me and the dogs, and we prepare the lunches, and I bring it out to I have to go down 16 stairs because my landing is a huge porch. So you have to go down 16 stairs, and I set out the table with the hot chocolate and the cups and the juice, the cups, the juices and snacks, and the dogs are out there. And so we set up before the kids get there. And when the kids get there, I always tell the kids, we can do hot chocolate, we can do everything, but we have to pray first.
Okay. Now again, your organization is a non-for-profit that's set up right now, primarily to help in the community.
Yes.
So you're focusing on the kids.
Yes.
The need is the most. Youth are pretty much our future, and we pretty much try to set things up so they understand and know how to move forward. So right now, your daily activity does what?
Well, their daily activity, I'm glad you said that, because the first part of your day should be to talk to who created you, which is God. Now, you can call him whatever you want to call God, that's you. But scientists have proven that there are billions and trillions of planets in the galaxies and billions and trillions of galaxies. So you should have some type of conversation with the creator. Some people call him Elohim, God, Lord, he's God. So I have taught the kids that first, before we do anything, before we start our day, before I give you hot chocolate, we are going to pray. And so that's how we start the day. Before they go to school starts at 9, they get there at 8:15, 8:20, and we form a huge circle, a prayer circle. And then I'll ask the kids, what is your prayer request for today? You would be amazed at what these kids are praying for.
Now you talk about the prayer.
Yes.
Got a lot of different religions, a lot of different types of prayer. Does that become an issue?
No, it has never come an issue with me, because I know who I am, whose I am, and where I'm going. Mm-hmm. And the kids know that I'm God Mama and that I represent love. That's what they know, that I represent love. I let them know, I love you. Now let's pray. Again, let's go back to what they're asking for. These kids are asking for simple things. I would like a blanket. I'd like some socks. God Mama, I want to pray that my mommy stop using drugs. God Mommy, I want to pray that my brother stop carrying a gun. God, Mommy, I want to pray, I want some new socks. Things that we think are normal things that kids have. In the Inglewood community where I'm at, they don't have. I never look shocked at their requests. I just tell the kids, okay, we're going to pray for that. And remember, we got a big circle. We got usually it's about 19 kid minimum, 19 kids. Sometimes it's even more.
Okay.
We have a large circle, so each child has to say verbally, they don't have to, but I ask them, if you want to give your prayer request, you can say it. Now they've gotten to the point they're very comfortable. Because they've seen, this is important. The kids have seen that their prayers were answered.
Okay.
So that's how we start the day. We start the day praying, and that's what I do.
Now right now you're 19 kids?
Well, minimum. Okay. I have partnered with the 6th District Police Station, and they sponsor trips.
Okay.
And another police officer heard about me and told another police officer friend, and so they asked me, we do trips. And I was like, I want my kids to go. Well, not my kids, but the kids I mentor. So we have 2 police vans that show up in front of my house.
Okay.
And we take the kids, they all seat 19 children. But every now and then, like my friend Lucille, if her church van is available, we'll load up other children. So we have a minimum of 19 kids. The 2 police vans will seat 19 children.
Okay.
And the kids are extremely excited. We've gone to Navy Pier, we've done bonfires, and these are faith-based police officers too that go with us, and it's just wonderful.
So right now, you're doing a lot with these kids. What's the goal?
The goal is to reach one, teach one. It's an old-fashioned goal. It's not about the numbers, it's about helping the children, but primarily loving the children. The main goal is to let these kids know that there are people that love them, no matter what. And we are not into any negativity, any criticism, and also to teach them how to respect their elders. Again, I go back to my background. My mom, my grandmother was from Ghana, Africa. I wish I could show you a picture of her, and she was a slave. And the thing is, we were taught to respect our elders. We were taught to say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. And the kids that I mentor, they all do that now.
Okay.
So the goal is to teach the children that love is free. You don't have to work for it. You just, Godmama, I'm going to love on you, and they return and respect them. Oh, that's good. That's another thing. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna call out one of the children's name. You don't know who they are. Okay, his name is Anthony. Well, if it's a boy, I call them King Anthony. If it's a girl, her name is Susie, her name is Princess Susie. So I'm teaching the children, the goal is to let the children know that they are special. They come from royalty, you know, their ancestors were kings and queens, and that they're to be respectful to the elders. They have to say yes, ma'am. They have to say no, sir, to me and to others, you know, in their family. And I believe it's making a great impact. So the goal is to teach the children love, to let them see love. You know, talk is cheap, right? I was taught that I like what Maya Angelou said. She said, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, it's a different world. But I grew up in Inglewood.
Yes.
And right now we got thousands of kids
yes.
from that 5 to 12-year-old
yes.
12-year-old area.
Yes.
And my question to you is, how many do you want to help?
I want to help every child that the good Lord gives me the strength and the breath to help. There are no numbers as far as I'm concerned. Now, according to the research I've done on what I've been doing, I've reached about 500 kids thus far. That's not enough. My goal is to make an impact block by block. I want people to see this video and say, you know what? I can do that. She did that on her block. What if I do that on my block? And you don't have to go into, you don't have to have 25 kids in your home. I set up this service outside my house on the front porch. And even if the kids have to use a bathroom, I set up a little portable toilet for them to use the bathroom. So if there are people listening to this tape right now that live in Inglewood and I wonder if I could do that. Yeah, you could do the same thing.
Now, question. Do people have to register to get their kids involved in your program?
No, they just show up at my house at 7029 South Ada Street, or just call me over the phone. And I'm hoping that they put my number on the phone.
What is your number?
The screen. The number is 773-318-1962.
Okay.
That's 773-318-1962.
So if I have a 5 to a 12-year-old, I can bring them over where they can get in an environment where they can learn, be with someone they can call grandma, take some time after school and say, even before school, and say, hey, let's get some things done.
However, if a child comes to me, their parents must sign a permission slip. I have a form that I formatted for the parents to sign, stating that they understand that their children are not coming inside my house under any circumstances, and that I am there to love on the children. If the parents allow me to give the kids clothing or shoes, because I've done that a lot. You'd be surprised at the amount of kids who didn't have decent shoes to wear.
So what's the primary need you're finding these kids have?
Love.
Okay.
They just need love. Love is free.
That's
And
the
then
item.
you love. And then once you, now a bonus to the love is like bicycles. For example, a lot of the kids I noticed, because the schools there, they didn't have bicycles. And so I was like, Lord, I remember being in my prayer closet saying, Lord, what can I do about the bikes? And you know, it's like the Holy Spirit was like, just go to the thrift stores, go to the flea markets, buy some bikes, Cathy. And so I started buying old bikes from thrift stores and flea markets, or if I saw someone with a garage sale, I would just buy a bike. And if I saw a kid, I would just give them the bike.
Okay.
However, experience is the best teacher. I found out that a lot of the bikes I was giving the kids were coming back to me, telling me, it's sad, but it's true. God, mama, my bike got stolen. I'm like, how did your bike get stolen? What happened? And then I thought about it. You know, the request of these children, the environment that they're living in, is not the Huxtables. It's not the Cosby Show. And so I went back into my prayer closet again. I was like, God, what am I going to do? And the Lord just told me, get more bikes, but chain them to your front porch. So I went to this hardware store and bought these really thick chains and locks. And I had all these bicycles chained to my front porch, a lot of them. And the kids were happy because they knew that when they got out of school, that Godmama was going to have a bike for them to ride up and down the block. I would not allow them to ride where I couldn't see them. And that was the stipulation. You can ride these bikes, but they have to be up and down the block where I can see you. You can't go around the corner. And they were happy because they're normal children. Mm-hmm. But I did do something new. I told them, I said, if you stay on the honor roll, you have to get all A's. You're allowed to get 1 C or 1 B, no D's. You have to stay on the honor roll the whole year. And at the end of the year, I'll give you your own bike.
So they get to take the bike?
They get to take the bike. And I told them I would give them a chain and a lock. When I say chain, I'm talking about a thick chain. And the kids were happy about that. They gave them motivation to stay on the honor roll. And the kids I'm mentoring are very respectful. I noticed that. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, you know. And they love to help me cook, and they're doing really good in school. And the kids tell on other kids too. They let me know, well, she did that. Oh no, that's not right, you know. So it's a very good ministry with the children, and I'm just hoping that someone out there will see me and be inspired to do the same thing. One person can make a difference.
Yeah, because we're talking about Inglewood.
Yes.
An area that needs a ton of help.
Yes.
And a lot of kids who basically need to be mentored.
Yes.
And right now you're trying to give them the understanding of what it takes to be good citizens, good people, and to survive in this environment.
So I'm looking for me in my heart. I'm praying that some person will see me talking today that is a retired school teacher or a retired therapist or a person that just is willing to donate just 1 day a month to come and help me with these children. Okay. If there's anyone out there, even if you're not retired and you just want to serve and help these children, I like retired people. I love older people because they have so much knowledge and wisdom, and if they, they can help me. And I know, like, my grandmother helped me. So if there is a person out there, I mean, Moses was 90 years old according to the Bible, and he led over 1 million people out of Egypt. He was 90. So age is not the issue. I just like older people because I just like older people. That's me. But I don't care. If anyone's out there that wants to come over and help me with these kids, because it's just me setting up hot chocolate, unlocking the chains of these bicycles, and it's a lot to fry chicken. It's a lot of work. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of service. Frying chicken on the front porch and dumping out the porta potties at the end of the day, because I have a porta potty that I made up for the kids outside that's completely covered. I made up walls for it. So if there's anybody out there that wants to donate a portable toilet, I'll take it.
Okay.
So that's my goal. I want other people in the Inglewood community to partner with me to help these children, but the parents have to sign our consent form that I drafted.
What's the city saying about what you're doing?
Well, the people that I know, like my alderman and other people in the neighborhood, the parents love it. I believe the parents know that you can tell, like when you meet someone, you can sense if the person is genuine or not. And I know that when I meet the parents, because I usually meet the parents one-on-one, or the parents will be walking down the street after school and they'll say, oh, you're a godmama. Yes, I am. It's so nice to meet you. And then I tell them what we do. And I always have to reiterate to the parents, your children are not allowed to come into my house, because I don't want the parents to think that this is a person that's trying to get their kids in their home. No, these kids are just like in Alabama. We're on the front porch, we're frying chicken, we're cooking, we're having fun, we have birthday parties, we have the balloons, we do all that, but everything's outside on the front porch in the summertime. This wintertime, I was challenged because I didn't have money to get a butane heater for the front porch, and I didn't have money to get like I wanted a see-through tent where I can have a tent where it was see-through, you could see through it. Right. And I didn't really have the finances for that. So that was a challenge. I had to suspend my teaching because, you know, it's cold right now. So I had to tell the kids, you know, it was kind of sad for me to tell them, we can't meet right now, it's just too cold. But yesterday in Chicago, it was 21 degrees after 4 o'clock. And I opened up my front door because my dogs love the kids. The kids bum rushed my front porch yesterday. Godmama. I said, you guys, you got hot chocolate. I said, no, you guys, it's too cold. Godmama can't come out right now. I said, when it gets a little bit warmer, we're going to resume our hot chocolate in our classes and stuff. But I felt kind of sad because I couldn't be out there by myself, you know, at 21 degrees yesterday with about 25 kids. Again, if there's anyone listening to this video and you are willing to help me any way you can to help these children, and they need it.
You need to get...
They need basic things. For example, a couple of months ago, it rained here in Chicago. It was raining and a little snow, but it was really cold, right? Well, 2 of the kids that I'm mentoring, they had on gym shoes that were soaking wet. I can see it in my mind. They came to my front porch after school, and I looked down, and their shoes were soaking wet. They didn't have boots. So I asked the 2 little girls, I said, what size do you wear? I said, Godmama will get you some boots. Well, I went out that night and bought 2 pair of boots and brought them back. Basic things like that they didn't have. I didn't ask them, well, why didn't your mother buy you boots? That's not important. If you can do something for a child, then just do it. That's it. Like the Nike commercial, do it. D-O-I-T, just do it.
That's the way it works.
Yes.
What's the goal, 2025?
2025 is to hope prayerfully to get more people in the Inglewood community to join with me to reach one, teach one, to teach these children to respect their elders, to teach these children to read books and stay on the honor roll, to teach these children that there are people out here in the Inglewood community that will deliver toys. Like this Christmas, I delivered toys to their homes. And I noticed that the kids were like, Godmama, you came to bring the toys to us? Yes, I did. That I was wrapping the toys, just me. There was no one else. Well, the dogs were there barking, but there was no one there to wrap all those toys that I was wrapping for the kids. Right. So, you know, it's just I need help from the community. So the goal for 2025 is to get more people in the Inglewood community and the outlying communities to join with me to help all children, not just in Inglewood. It could be in Bronzeville. Children that are in need. There are a lot of children out there that need love that they're not getting at home. So that's my goal for 2025.
So what's the target? How many kids do you think you can really help?
There is no limit to the amount of kids that I can really help.
But for your organization now, given your capacity, how many do you think you can serve?
Well, right now I've served 500 overall, but that's just a number. And it's not just about the numbers, it's about how many people, because word of mouth is more important than passing out flyers, you know, one-on-one contact. Just like you, I'm here at the show with you because you heard about what I do. And with the bicycles, that's another thing. I was going to flea markets and thrift stores buying bicycles. Well, someone told someone else what I was doing. And then I partnered with this organization here in Chicago. Actually, I'm meeting with them tomorrow, and they told me, we have bikes, we have brand new bikes. So I told them, you know what, let me give you the old bikes that I have, maybe you guys can fix them up and give them to some other kids, and you're going to give me new bikes? Well, I'll give you the old bikes.
There you go.
And so we partnered together to do that. So that's my goal for 2025, to get other organizations to contact me. Just call me, text me. If you don't want to call, just send me a text.
Okay. So for the organizations that I work with, different foundations like Chicago Bears, we have Chicago Community Trust.
Yes.
We talk about billions of dollars that flow through these organizations.
Okay.
What can they do that would help you?
Right now, I need, for Chicago Bears, you're listening, I need footballs. I need mittens. I need jerseys. These kids, that's what they need. Their ages from 5 to 12. So if you're listening to me now, just call me. Or if you don't want to text, if you don't want to call me, just text me. Chicago Bears Community Trust, I need money. I just told you, I didn't have money to buy a butane heater. I didn't. I went to the store to buy it. I bought the one for $39. It wasn't enough. My porch is really long and I needed a see-through tent because remember, everything's outside. I don't want these, the kids to be enclosed where they can't see out. So if you're listening out there and you got billions of dollars, I need it.
Yeah, because right now you're a small organization.
It's just me.
Right, and right now to assist, again, we have capacity issues when we look at different organizations, trying to help them and say, well, how much can we give and how would it help? So really we're trying to find out what you're doing, how you're organizing, looking at your books, looking at what you do for the kids. We always want to help the kids, but the form is making sure that you can do it properly.
Well, I have black and white papers. I was taught by my mom in Alabama, only a crook or only a thief will not show you, trying to hide things. I'm not trying to hide anything. You're more than welcome to contact me and I will show you in black and white what my operating expenses are, how much money I need. But right now, I just need the basics. Now, if Chicago Community Trust or the Bears, your organizations that you partner with, if they want to help right now, I'm telling you what I need right now. I need clothing and shoes and bedding, just bedding, sheets, comforters for these children. And, well, bicycles, I got that part taken care of. And that's basically what I need, the basics right now. The money, the house that I'm living in now, there is a lot that's attached to my house. I'd like to build a community center right on that lot. So if the Chicago Bears, any organization out there wants to help me get that built, that would be awesome. If they want to donate plywood or drywall to help me to set that up. I want a greenhouse. I want a pantry for food for the kids. And I have a lot that's attached to my house, on the side of my house. So if anyone's out there, if they want to help me do that, I need funding for that.
We have funding that we dish out daily.
Yes.
Organizations that I'm involved with give millions of dollars away monthly. We need you to complete the applications and the process. And again, we stay away from the format of trying to keep people in line. Okay,
well then I will complete the application in the format, and prayerfully when I come back on the show, I'll be able to give a testimony to how your great organizations actually came up to the plate and helped me. So that I can, 2025, to help other kids in the Inglewood community and the outlying communities. So I will do that.
Main goal for this year right now, we'll move the organization forward. And do you look for different board members these days?
Well, I have 3 great board members, but I don't mind adding other board members to my board. I have to meet you in person, of course, not just through email or through the phone. I have to meet you eyeball to eyeball. Every person on the planet has an electromagnetic field. Everyone does. Everyone. Some people are very loving and kind, and then other people are like, oh my goodness, what happened? Well, you didn't get love as a child? What's the problem? So I don't want anyone on my board. I can add extra board members, but I don't want anyone on my board who is not a genuine lover of children, and you have to do a background check, of course, to make sure you don't have anything in your history that would jeopardize the relationship that I've already established with the children that I'm mentoring. So that's important. So I welcome new board members, but I want you to say on this show, I want to hear from your mouth that when I go through all this processing of applications, your various organizations, are you saying they're going to help me?
I'm saying that it is possible, depending on your organization, your background, and the things that you do. Because right now, they're just not giving money away because it's there. It's a matter of what your organization is achieving.
Yes.
So we can move forward and go from there. Now, the question right now is, what's the main thing right now you've been able to accomplish for what you've done with these kids?
The main thing I've been able to accomplish with these children is that they are loved. And there is a person in the Inglewood community, her name is Godmama, and she's going to make sure that we get a hot meal. She's going to make sure we get love. She's going to make sure that they know to respect their elders. She's going to make sure that they have to pray. They have to have faith and believe that there is a God and he loves them. Just like the little song that we sing before we start our prayer. We sing one verse of one song. And you know, I took the kids to the police station. The police station had a function where they were giving out toys. And I took the kids, well, not I took the kids. The 2 police vans showed up at my house to take the kids to the police station. And I was there with the kids. I was dressed up like Mrs. Santa Claus. It was, we took pictures. It was so nice. I had on the Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus hat and the red Santa Claus outfit, and the kids stood in line to get their toys. And after they got their toys, we were in the lobby getting ready to load up for the van. The kids, not Godmama, the kids said, and even the police officers and other people there, they were amazed. The kids said, Godmama, Godmama, we gotta sing our song, because we sing the song before we pray. And guess what the song was? I didn't tell them this. They said, we gotta sing our song. And then they joined like a little circle and they started singing, yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me, for the Bible tells me so. And then they started clapping. Yay! No, that's it. I only taught them that one verse.
Okay.
And they all put their little hands on their chest. And you could tell the police officers there, hard police officers, I could tell they looked at them like, what did they just say? And then we left. We left, and that was it. And then, you know, I bought extra gifts on my own, and from where I worship at, they gave me other toys, and I delivered the other toys. So it's just an awesome, you know, to do something for someone else.
Got it.
To do something for someone else.
That's
like
the main
if your
objective.
living is not in vain, if you could do something for someone, a little bit, it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah. Cathy, we've gone through a lot of time. We're almost out of time now.
Okay.
My question again is, number of people, if they want to get involved and help your organization, what number should they call?
773-318-1962. Am I supposed to look at this camera here or look at you?
Me.
Okay, it's 773-318-1962.
Okay, because right now you got a lot of things that you're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
I definitely would love to help in a number of areas. I'd love to even get you in another organization I'm involved with, WBEZ.
Yes.
I'd like to have you on the radio side to talk about exactly what you do with the kids also.
Yes.
And to also put in the North Shore a bunch of the other folks, say, look, how can I help these folks in the Inglewood?
Thank you.
So,
that's why all I can say is thank you. It'll be an answer to prayers. And my grandmother from Ghana, Africa, who only had a 3rd grade education, she would be very happy.
Just to make it happen.
Very happy that I'm helping these children.
Okay. Well, hey, we won't make this happen, young lady.
Yes. Okay.
And it's back to Africa.
Yeah, okay. That's it.
Da-da.
See the baby across the way with the face of an angel, looking for